Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to episode number 3 of the 7-Minute Cardologer here with me, Helmar Rudolph. Today, we've got quite a lot to do, even though we only have 7 minutes, so bear with me. What we've learned in episode 1 and 2 is that we have a spiritual spread shown on the screen, and we've got a mundane spread shown on the screen. Now we not only have God's plan, where everything is in order, but we have a system that is mixed up, and that is man's distortion of God's plan. So there is a dynamic between the ideal side and the side that sort of you chose in this or for this lifetime. There are two important things to know. Up front, there are more important things, but those two. Number one, with your birthday, you occupy one position in this mundane spread and obviously a position in the spiritual spread. So this is your true place, and this is the place that you have opted for in this lifetime. How do you find out which card you have? Very easy, very simple. 55 minus day minus month minus month. So just using one example, 4th of October, 55 minus 4 minus 10 equals 31. So it's the 31st card in the spiritual spread. So as you start at the top right with the Ace of Hearts and then go down to the bottom left, there's the 10 of Spades. There's the 49th card, 51, 50, 51, 52 at the top in the crown line. So the 31st card for the 4th of October is the 5 of Diamonds. Now the 5 of Diamonds in the mundane spread is in a completely different position. Here it is on the Saturn line in the Mars position. Here it is on the Saturn line or Saturn row in the Neptune position. So it's a Neptune-Saturn conjunction, very important. Because then you combine the qualities of Saturn and Neptune, easy to look up on the internet, even easier to determine if you download the Sacred Symbols app from the App Store or the Play Store. And then you can find out what your card means, what the position means, and what the challenges and opportunities are. Because at the end of the day, I'd like you to use the Sacred Symbols app to become more and more acquainted and versed with the system of cardology. So look up your card, calculate your card. The hearts card are the first 13. The next 13 from 14 to 26 are the clubs cards. From 27 to 40 to 39 are the diamonds cards. 39 is the king of diamonds. And from 40 to 52 are the spades cards. Okay, so find out what your solar value is. That is the number that is arrived at by deducting your day, your month, and your month from 55. That determines which number, which solar value you have, where your true place is in the spiritual spread, and where your worldly place is in the mundane spread. So do that first. Find that out. The other important thing is this. The process of quadration is not just used once. It is used 90 times, minus the one we've just done. Because after 90 quadrations, we arrive back at the spiritual spread. Then the system completes itself after 90 quadrations. So the same quadration process is used on the mundane spread to arrive at your second year of life. Mundane spread, first year of life, quadration, next distribution. The cards will have shuffled again according to the set pattern, and you will find yourself in a different position. And not only that, but that's a third step now. Look up your birth card in the mundane spread and then count to the left and down, left in the columns, down in the rows, the 7 cards following your birth card, because those are your planetary cards from Mercury to Neptune. And they determine your entire life, the first 7 days of your life, the first 52 days of your life, the first years or 7 years of your life, the first 13 years or 13 years of your life. That's a fractal system. It is like self-similar, and it's like a Matryoshka doll. It's like one inside the other, inside the other, inside the other. But if you find your birth card, let's take the 5 of diamonds. The 5 of diamonds is easy because in the mundane spread, it sits on the Neptune column in the Saturn line, and it has all direct cards, all 7 cards on the Uranus line. So there's a Queen of Spades, there is a Jack of Clubs, there's a 9 of Diamonds, there's a 7 of Spades, there's a 2 of Clubs, there's a King of Clubs, and there is a Jack of Diamonds. That is the birth sequence for the 5 of Diamonds. Let's take another one. Let's have a look at the 9 of Clubs. The 9 of Clubs you'll find in the Saturn column on the Venus line. So there we are. Then we've got a 9 of Spades Mercury card, 2 of Hearts in Venus. Then we move to the Mars line, King of Hearts in Mars, King of Diamonds in Jupiter, 6 of Hearts in Saturn, 4 of Clubs in Uranus, and the 2 of Diamonds in Neptune. So those are the 7 direct cards for the 9 of Clubs. Same pattern. You always move to the left, and once you hit the Neptune column, then you go and continue on the row or below. So this is it. We are approaching the 7-minute end. Now you know how to calculate your birth card. You know that sort of the spreads are being quadrated again and again and again, the mundane spreads, to arrive at different years. And you know that sort of you have a place in the mundane spread, but you also have a true place in the spiritual spread. So look it up, print out your spread. You can find it on sacredsymbols.app. You can download the file, the spread file, print it out, and study it in earnest. And then I'll welcome you again in episode number 4, and then we'll dive a little deeper and make it a little more practical. Thank you very much for your attention. Helmar Rudolph says goodbye. And once again, download the app from sacredsymbols.app or from the App Store or the Play Store. And there you will find a lot more than I'm starting to convey here in these videos. Thank you very much.